Minecraft's most overpowered farm was patched as an exploit back in 2019, but now it's back. Thanks to Ray's work, we're not only able to collect fish, but also saddles, XP, name tags, and most importantly, seriously overpowered enchanted books. So strap in, because this is going to be one of the most important farms you'll ever build in Minecraft. So you can start off by finding a nice area like this, as we'll need an area roughly 7 by 7 by 8. So the first step is to dig a 5 by 5 hole. So you can simply dig it out like this, and when you've done that, we want to make it 4 blocks deep in total. And this is where we're going to be putting all the redstone work for this farm. Okay, lovely, we've got a nice 5 by 5 by 4. So locate the middle of the area just like this and place a wall block down and place a calibrated sculk sensor on top of it. Now pause, why did we just do this? Well, the calibrated sculk sensor here has 16 blocks around it, and this wall prevents it from listening to any mobs in potential caves below. So you can go ahead and place a redstone comparator facing into the sculk sensor, ensuring that the pink part is lined up. Then go ahead and place a furnace right behind the comparator and place 16 items into the furnace. Now we put 16 items into the furnace, so the comparator gives a redstone signal of 2 into the sensor, meaning it will only recognise sounds when objects hit the ground. The next step is to dig a 3-wide trench just like this with a sticky piston and then an observer facing in the downwards position, ensuring the red part is facing upwards to the sky. And you can actually check this is working simply by jumping and see if the calibrated sculk sensor picks up the sound. Okay, now we can dig out these 8 blocks right here and head to the left side and dig out a further 8 blocks right here. And this is all the space we'll need for our redstone. So you can start by placing 2 redstone repeaters right here. Now the one on the left wants to be on the 2nd tick and the one on the right wants to be on the 4th tick, just like this. You can place a block above the hole and then one going into the repeater right next to it. Now we want to go ahead and actually place wool all the way around the sculk sensor because we don't want it to hear outside sounds. For example, us running around on the surface. However, we'll place soul sand right here so it only recognises the bobber sound effect from when we're fishing. So we want to head back down to our redstone right here, and you want to place 1 redstone dust right next to this block right here. And following this, we want to place 2 redstone repeaters and ensuring both of these are set to the 4th tick. So that's both the front one and the back one. Then you can go ahead and destroy this block here and replace it with a sticky piston. Then you can place another repeater and set this to the 2nd tick once again. Now you can place a block here and another block here. Next to these we want 2 redstone dust, and then we want to destroy this block and place a target block on top of it. Now you can move out of this area here and then place a redstone torch so that we can invert the signal and place a full block on top of this with an iron trap door connected to it so it's in the open position. And we can go ahead and turn around here and place a double chest, as this is what we're going to be throwing our rod onto to allow us to AFK fish farm. Now we can just simply enclose all this area, we're fully done with this area. So just use your building blocks, you can use glass, you can use whatever you'd like and just fill up this whole area. And you should have something that looks like this. So you want to head over to this corner here where the trapdoor is, and you want to remove these 8 specific blocks right here. So it's 6 on the bottom and 2 on the top, just like this. And this is where we're going to place our collection system. So you can just go ahead and place a double chest right here and then head to the side, make sure you crouch in and place a hopper going into the chest, which is going to allow us to pick up our items. Now we're simply just going to head outside the farm and build an infinite water source. Now you can just do this simply by building a 2x2 like this with 2 buckets, and now you have infinite water. So you can head back to the farm and you just want to go to one side of the farm, and then you can simply just place water in a line like this and then go to the left hand side and place it like this. And we should have an infinite water source exactly like this. And we want to completely waterlog this, so you want to do this on the top layer as well. So go to one side and then the next side, and there we have it. We have the perfect infinite water source, just with water running into our collection system, which is exactly what we want. Okay, so above the collection system you can place a block here and destroy the block next to it, and then we can just simply place 2 slabs right here, or you can use a bed if you'd like to. So we just want to go to the left hand side of the farm and remove these 2 blocks as well. And we need our 2 specific items here, chain and pressure plate, which is going to allow us to get to the correct level with our boat system. So then we're just going to place our boat down and try and get it as central as possible. So try and get it on this line. All you have to do is then go round to the front, destroy these 2 blocks here so that we can actually get our boat to the correct level on top of the chain. Then you want to hit F3 and B, which is going to allow us to use our hitboxes and see exactly where things are. And the goal here is we want to line up the back of the boat with the water. So you can use W on your keyboard if you want to go faster, and A and D, which is side to side, if you want to slowly, gently move forward and just inch it forward like I am here. And this looks about right, so we can get outside of the boat and just look to the side, and as you can see, it's lining up pretty much perfectly. You just want it just overlapping a tiny bit. Then we can fill in these blocks right here and place another block to the left hand side, and we're going to place another boat on top of this. And essentially we're going to do the exact same thing. We're going to ride this boat so the back of the top boat is in line with the front of the bottom boat. Now this is a little bit difficult because it's at an angle, and I actually, when I was doing this, I overlapped it and went too far to the right, but I ended up saving it. It can be a little bit difficult, but it's not crazy hard. All you have to do is line it up, and basically you want the top boat to be overlapping on top of the soul sand beneath, so the bobber gets trapped beneath. Now as you can see, this looks about right. It doesn't have to be exact, just close to the lines and close to the margins. So this is essentially the farm complete. So before I give you some extremely important details about this farm, I'm just going to show you how to do it. So you want to crouch and you want to move forward to the edge of the slab so you're practically on the water. And as you can see here, my hitbox is practically just on the slab. So you want to crouch and throw your fishing rod out just like this, and it should get trapped below the boat. As you can see, it is on top of the soul sand and trapped. We can then stand up, and all you have to do is hold down, right click on your mouse, and it will now AFK fish. As you can see, this is actually rather slow and we're not getting many results at all, which is why you need to stick around to the end, because I'm going to show you exactly how to perfect this so it's so efficient. But there we go, we got a name tag on our first go, so at least we know it's working. So before you leave and try and build this for yourself, there's actually 3 really important topics I need to speak about. So obviously when you're AFK fishing, you're probably going to die from mobs, so we want to create a border just like this with fences. And of course this is going to protect us from most mobs, for example zombies. But we're going to have an issue with skeletons, so what I would recommend is actually building this too high, and you're going to be good from most mobs in the game. Most mobs except for those pesky phantoms. So we actually want to go on top of the fence gates right here, and you can just place 3 slabs in a line like this. And this is simply just going to stop phantoms from dive bombing us while we're AFK when it's at night time. Don't worry guys, I think you're protection too. And for those of you that want to actually take it a step further with safety, you can head outside of the farm and go ahead and place a lightning rod anywhere around the farm, just so that you don't actually get struck by lightning, as we definitely don't want that. So before I actually tell you how to effectively AFK fish farm and how to increase the rates, please do me a favour if you've made it this far and make sure to subscribe and like the video. It really does mean a lot. So we can of course increase the rates by having a much better fishing rod. The best fishing rod I'd recommend is this one right here with Luck of the Sea free, Unbreaking free, Mending and Lore free. So Luck of the Sea increases the chance of treasure items, Lore decreases the wait time of a catch, Mending obviously mends the tool, and Unbreaking gives it more durability. AKA your rod will never break and you'll catch much more treasure. Okay, but how do we actually make this AFK and automatic at the same time? Because I'm sure you don't want to sit there holding your right click down all day. Now some people might think to download an auto clicker, which is a lot of faffing about, but there's actually a much easier solution. So when you are holding right click like this, tap F3 and T, which is going to reload resource packs and make it so that you are holding down the right click, but you're not actually even having to do it yourself. This means you can actually collect loot while, I don't know, what do kids do these days? Play Fortnite? It's a win-win. Also, to prevent you from actually picking up the items, you can completely fill up your inventory just with random blocks like dirt, for example, so that all the items actually get thrown into the chest down below, which is exactly where we want them. And as you can see, now we've got a really effective and really quick AFK fish farm that is going to make you very rich. But what if I told you we could actually speed this up by 25%? Well, for those of you that didn't know, when you're actually fishing in the rain, your chances of a catch actually increase by 1/4. water. So there you go, my treat to you. And do me a favour, comment "this seems fishy" if you made it to the end. And maybe check out one of my other videos, I don't know. You might like it. See ya.